Previously on Laker Girls.
I'm here to become a Laker girl. It's not a game, it's not for fun.
346 dancers arrived to try out in hopes of being a Laker girl.
You have to really get the moves down.
Dreams were quickly snipped away for over 200.
I got cut. I think it was nerves, honestly.
Those who are lucky, for now, get the ticket to the next round.
Oh my gosh, I made it past the first round. I got a ticket.
Little do they know the new challenges and tensions that will mount, as only 22 will make the cut. A tradition over 35 years in the making.
Laker Girl
continues on this court by starting anew. The search begins for the next premier dancers to don the purple and gold.
I've always wanted to become a Laker girl. It's been a dream of mine since I was about 6 years old.
Some look to extend their success from seasons past.
We've been on the team already. We have to dance even harder than we've ever danced before.
Your spot's not safe at all.
Some look to rebound from the disappointment of not making the team in seasons past.
I prepared myself for whatever was going to happen.
Though there is a fine line between the pretenders and the contenders.
That's the worst fear, knowing that I could have done better.
I just have to give it my best, and whatever happens, happens.
And the only guarantee is that every dancer will need to battle their way onto this team, following the footsteps of those legends who have danced here before.
If you're dedicated and you believe in yourself and you know that you have talent to go with it, it's a formula that usually works.
Because out of the hundreds of hopefuls, only a select few will move on. Who will shine in the spotlight? Who will conquer each round? Who will move on? Who will get the call?
I have a position to offer you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Who will become one of the world-famous Laker Girls? Audition day for the Laker Girls falls on a summer Saturday in Los Angeles. 206 girls have just been cut in the first round. And the returning Laker Girls from last year, better known as the Veterans, have just arrived at the Lakers practice facility. Being on the team last year gives them the opportunity to bypass the first round and start their auditions in round 2 after the first cut has been made. As they enter the gym for the first time this morning, no part of their past experience in the upcoming audition can be taken for granted.
So today is the day that's finally here, the first day of the Laker Girl auditions.
My expectations are just so high. I am so excited to get started. I just can't wait.
When we're walking into the gym, I think we're all just feeling anxious and nervous to see what the day will hold.
I walk into the gym and I see hundreds of girls.
Oh gosh. Everyone stops what they're doing and they stare at the door because the Laker girls are walking in.
All energy and focus is turned to us.
There they are. You see them and they're all so well put together, and it's a scary moment to see them for the first time.
They have some sort of aura or confidence about them, and it just makes you so nervous.
Just as the new hopefuls are in awe of the veterans, the 8 veterans also show some intimidation coming face to face with the 140 dancers all wanting the same job they do.
Immediately, all the blood rushes away from my face. I lost everything. You see all these girls, any of these girls could be on the team. You know, they're amazing dancers. They're perfect for the job. What makes me different than these girls? All those thoughts start rushing through my head, and it's scary.
Having something that you've been doing for this whole year and then realizing that all these girls want it too. There's no words to describe it. It's just a crazy feeling.
It's
intimidating, but it's also very motivating. You look at them and kind of know that that's what they're looking for. And so you can kind of see it as competition, but you can also see it as something to model yourself after.
My first year trying out, I remember when the veterans walked in, I wanted to be one of those girls so bad. And when I walked in, I remember, wow, this is me right now. And some girls are looking at me how I was looking at the veterans last year, and it just makes me want to work that much harder and be the best I can be so these girls can follow my footsteps.
137, girl.
While the newcomers check out the veterans, they can't help but notice something odd.
Once they walk in, I know people are counting to see how many there are. And I could say Kelsey and I were really shocked to see that there were only 8.
The returning veterans this year was very small.
When I heard 8, I was actually a little surprised. That was a low number to me. In past years, it's been 14, 16, and I thought to myself, wow, this is one of those rebuilding years.
I think the number of veterans coming back was smaller this year, only because maybe someone or some of them moved on to different jobs or different walks of life. I mean, it just varies every year.
That doesn't bother me so much, to be very honest with you. I think it is what it is, and I wish them well if they move on.
When it comes to auditions and only 8 returners are auditioning for a team of, so to say, 22 spots, I don't tell myself, oh, well, there's a lot of spots. I don't really think about it in that way because we still have to put our best foot forward, and it doesn't even matter the amount of spots there are. We've been on the team already. We have to dance even harder than we've ever danced before in order to prove to the judges that we deserve to be on the team again.
These ladies are trying out again anyway, so I have 22 spots to fill every year, whether you're a veteran or not.
Next on Laker Girls, with no guarantees of returning, the veterans immediately run into difficulty after learning their first routine.
We should be better than we were when we first auditioned.
No one wants to mess up, especially when you're fighting to keep your spot on the team.
And behind closed doors with the judges, as they must cut over 50 more dancers in just this round alone. Will one of those cuts be a returning Laker girl? There are 148 dancers eagerly remaining in the second round of the Laker Girls tryouts. As this is an open audition, one of the dancers is male and looks to make Laker Girl history. As director of Laker Girls, Lisa Estrada details the structure of this round. The dancers are anxious to learn the routine and choreography planned for them, as almost half the girls standing on this court will be gone by the end of this round. Lead choreographer and former Laker girl Shannon Steen leads this dance.
After the across the floor, we do the first routine, which I guess the past couple years it has been the more jazz routine. Lisa really wants to focus on strong arms, position of the arms, position of the move itself, the strength in the movement, and just really be sure they can hit things hard and make it look sharp. Okay, it's going to start with 2 counts of 8 freestyle coming out. You actually need, on the second 8, you're gonna have to hit out with your legs apart, hands out on 8. 5, turn around yourself, 6, 7, 8.
The second round was a little difficult for me because it was so fast-paced and the choreographer taught the routine so fast within probably 15 minutes, and there wasn't much time for review.
From there, your hands are gonna cross in front of you. They are open. You are gonna go and 1, and 2, ball change, and 3.
In round 2, Shannon choreographed a routine that was really sharp jazz routine. which Lisa loves seeing sharp dancers. And the Laker girls are so uniform and so specific when they dance on the court that a sharp, clean jazz routine is really a way to see which girls can mold into that Laker girl style.
6, 7, 8. Hand, hand, up, knee, ball, change, turn, 4. And your weight's on the back foot because your left foot's gonna start to walk. So let's do that one more time from the hand, hand.
With the dancers learning an intricate routine in such a compact stretch of time, the helpers in the gold shirts proved to be, once again, invaluable.
The girls who were teaching the routines are incredibly helpful. I could watch them and I could mimic their movement, and I could see that these girls, no matter when they were former Laker girls, all have it down. There's very much an equation to being a Laker girl. There are angles and lines you must be able to complete in order to look that package. And when I was trying to study them while learning the movement, I was like, wow, everyone looks identical. And to me, that's when you know you have an amazing dance team that produces quality work, when no matter what year they were from, they all dance the same.
We started learning the routine and we learned it very fast. So I was learning it and I started getting nervous. I was like, okay, I can do this. And then all of a sudden we started learning more and more and faster. And I started getting really nervous because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to pick it up this quick and be able to perform it so fast.
And when you look front, you're gonna look front on 5, 6, you're gonna look down at your hand, which is a fist on.
I thought it was fast, and I loved that it was, because as a Laker girl, you have to be able to learn a routine and memorize moves and do it as quickly as you can.
Whenever you hear about the Laker Girl audition, you always hear about the choreography that is taught to you in literally 5 minutes, and it goes in one ear out the other, but once you're there, it is very true. The dances they teach you, they teach like this.
Right away, I know I have to be sharp and energetic and really show the judges my personality, but at the same time, show them what I've been working on my whole life. Not only do I have personality, but my body is ready for this dance, and I've been preparing so much for this. When I started, I like to kind of stay back because usually there's a lot more room, but we definitely were able to switch formations. They brought the back of the formation forward, and the girls that were in the front, they said to switch to the back.
How about from blue over? Well, you guys will be first group, and then middle group will be second. Or you guys be second, you guys be first. You're already center. Here we go.
Watching them learn it, you could tell some of the girls that don't pick up things quickly they were out of it right there because they're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to pick that up.
Make all your movements really sharp. Make sure you're hitting everything. Focus. All that's going to be really...
I thought the routine for the second round was a little bit challenging. They definitely go really fast. So, you know, I tried to prepare for that, but still, when you're in the moment, it's just coming at you. And there's so many girls around, and you're just trying your hardest to see.
Everyone learns differently, but for me, I'm picking it up fine, but I just like to kind of stay in the back and get myself together before I really perform it.
Whether one is learning choreography quietly in the back or being actively involved in the front, the ladies all know it's almost time to step front and center and show the judges who has it, or who will not be back to see the next round.
There were just a million thoughts going through my mind, but I'm so happy that I was able to get it.
When Laker Girls returns, which one of these dancers wows every judge?
She set that bar so high.
While many struggle to overcome their own doubts.
I kind of wonder if I did it correctly.
And some fall short of expectations, as nothing gets past the judges during deliberations.
It was a little frustrating, but there was no musicality either.
Why do they keep messing up?
148 remaining hopefuls are about to dance in front of the judges' table for the first time in round 2 of the Laker Girl tryouts. Execution of choreography along with presence will be crucial in advancing to the 3rd round.
Okay, ladies, we are going to get right into the next combination and the next cut, and good luck, and it's gonna be fun. So what we're doing though, if you haven't ever been to our audition or if you haven't made it this far before, we're going to be doing an on-deck system. I'm gonna be calling 3 numbers out at a time. I'm not going to numerical order, so you have to listen up, okay? So let's go ahead and give you the first 3 numbers so you can prepare. So the first 3 numbers on deck, 140, 40, and 4. How about that? Come on out.
Mine was the very first number that she called, so I didn't even have time to go over it again through my head, and just right away I knew I had to hit it.
Shelby, oh my goodness. I mean, she is just so beautiful, very, very athletic, and the choice of her outfit was smart on her part.
The leopard outfit was really, really an eye catcher. But when she started dancing, and everything about what she was doing out there just said, I am a true rock star. The level of her talent and just her abilities and her technical skills and her showmanship were pretty amazing. She set that bar so high.
To me, she just had that complete package of what a Laker girl is.
I wanted to be the first girl that all these girls see too, so they can see what I bring to the table, so they know what they should do too to just be the best they can be.
As Shelby impresses the judges, the next group of dancers await their turn on deck.
On deck, let's have number 3.
The on-deck process helps the 3 ladies who are actually on deck get ready to take the stage. So they'll have that time to breathe, go through the combination in their mind, or even, where they're at, and then boom, it's showtime.
When you get on deck, that's when you kind of have to take a breath and know and tell yourself that you know it and that you have it, and not to psych yourself out.
Kind of hits you that this is it, your time is coming. So I went over to the side and made sure not to watch the girls that were performing in case one of them had made a mistake. I didn't want to get freaked out.
Being on deck, standing there, you feel like you forget everything that you just learned just because your nerves take over. But once the music starts, I just start dancing, and that's what we're all here to do.
She's on fire.
I was looking for technique. I was looking for, pointed toes. I was looking for, if there were specifics with the arms, if the arms were straight or if they were bent. I was looking for strong looks.
We're always looking at the performance because, you can't just be sort of halfway there. You have to read to the seats way up high. And so we're looking for the girls that are really lighting up the room and smiling and enjoying it. You just try to imagine them on the court in Staples Center entertaining the people.
Showmanship is taking center stage as Nicolette, Valerie, Kayla, and other newcomers do their best to prove to the judges they deserve a spot on the squad.
During the routine, I feel great. I feel that I hit all the moves that I was supposed to hit, the looks, the sharpness. I feel that I got all of that done, and I did what they were looking for. I didn't mess up or anything, but my hair was in my face. It's like this, in front of my face. You just gotta hold it and smile.
Thank you very much. 134, 84, and 5 should be on deck.
When calling out the numbers on the day of the audition, I could basically go in numerical order, but I like to change it up because I think it's good to keep people on their toes, and they should be ready to perform at any time.
Waiting to hear your number to go on deck is seriously the craziest thing ever.
That's a little nerve-wracking
The whole time I was waiting, I'd stand back and watch. And you always size up people for good and bad reason. If you see something you like, then you want to try to emulate it. And if you see something that you maybe think like you shouldn't do, then you try to tell yourself, maybe I shouldn't do that. The moment you take your mind off what you need to do is when it could probably all go wrong.
You don't know when you're going. So for myself, I just focus on a wall and I repeat the dance over and over and over again as the music is playing. And then she calls my number. And immediately you just get a little scared. Ah. And I run over to the corner and I practice it one more time while I'm on deck and then run out there. I hope everything goes well.
All eyes on me. On the dance floor, all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me.
I actually ended up being grouped with Hunter, and I knew that to some degree I would be judged according to her. She is taller, so I definitely have to make my movements bigger. I'm smiling, I'm trying to do my best turns and highest kicks.
All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
I'm in the center, which usually makes me super nervous. So from the beginning of the dance, I was just trying to not think too much so I wouldn't get nervous and forget what I was doing, and it ended up all coming together. I didn't forget anything, and it felt really good.
All eyes on me. On the dance floor, all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me.
I just went up and I did the jazz routine in front of the judges, and I was so nervous, but I went out there, I did my best, gave 100%. But I think I just messed up one arm. I went down instead of up. I definitely was just like, oh no, keep going, don't panic.
Retaining the choreography is proving to be a challenge for both the returning Laker girls and the newcomers, all vying for the same coveted spot.
I had a little bit mess up, but I kept it going and I kept a smile on my face.
I was very clear of the routine and I was showing my personality and I was doing well, and then as it went on, I think I got too into it, and then I realized how many judges were watching and my nerves got the best of me.
I am looking for dancers who can handle the choreography. I'm looking for dancers who can retain choreography and perform choreography. I'm looking for the best dancers at this point. And anyone that cannot retain choreography is going to get cut immediately.
Next on Laker Girls, the remaining Laker Girl veterans take the floor.
I'm trying to enjoy this one.
Many newcomers look to keep up.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm totally out.
And one dancer looks to make Laker Girl history.
I'm just gonna put my hands together and pray that I will.
Round 2 is coming to a close, and the last half of the 148 remaining come to the court. All the dancers have given it their best in front of the judges' table of round 2. Auditioning for her second year, Jordan is anxiously anticipating her chance to dance.
I'm waiting in the bullpen to be called out to dance center stage, and it is so nerve-wracking. The pressure is building up, the nerves are building, and I'm thinking to myself, I hope I don't forget any of the choreography. I can feel the adrenaline burst through my veins, and I'm thinking, please let me get through this round. I want to make it to the end of the day. Please, choreography gods, please be with me. As the music began, I'm standing there and I forget the choreography. Completely forget. Completely spaced out, and I feel my heart sink to my stomach, and I'm thinking, it's over. It's over. I'm not gonna make it. Why did I even waste my time being here? I can't believe I've let myself down, and I can't believe I've done all this work and come to this point and forgotten the choreography.
Round
22, I think I did pretty well. I think I did better than the first across the floor combination. You know, there's always room for improvement, so hopefully if I make this next cut, I'll do even better the next time.
22, 102, and 122.
The second round represents the first time that all the returning Laker girls dance in front of the judges. In addition to Lizzie, Shelby, Hunter, and Jennifer, the other 4 vets must take the floor. Having made the team for the 3 previous seasons, Lindsay tries to keep it all in perspective.
I'm trying honestly to enjoy this one. It's definitely, you know, my 4th year auditioning, and I'm going into this auditions trying to, you know, stay positive and stay happy and try not to get too stressed.
On deck, let's have number 27, number 97, and number 107.
When Lisa calls all the numbers, she'll call maybe 133, 33, and 113.
27, 97, and 107. It's your turn, and on deck.
She'll pick kind of like a common number.
18, 58, and let's go 78.
So every time she calls a number that could match with my number, I always get a little nervous.
Number 70, 17, and 127.
I definitely think that with anything where you're being judged and you want to put your best foot forward, you're gonna be the most critical you could be of yourself. So, you know, when I came off, I was thinking, oh, I should have done that better. Did I do that right? You know, I have questions for myself. When I get on stage, I'm not really aware of what I'm doing so much. It's really muscle memory.
19, 89, and 69.
As soon as that music turns on, I just feel a whole big gush of emotions. You know, everything just starts rushing through your body, adrenaline. You know, you're making eye contact with the judges. It really is exciting.
I was nervous. I was a little bit shaky, but I felt really good with how I performed. I made sure to just keep a smile on. I was performing.
As the competition continues, both Zarina and Shannon are pleased with their performances. Fellow newcomer Alana takes the floor for her chance to impress the judges.
7, 77, and 67 should be coming on out.
Because my group is one of the last ones to go, I was feeling more confident because I had a lot of time to be able to practice. It gave me more time to really get the moves in my body and make sure I knew what I was going to be doing. So the song ends and I'm hitting my pose and I knew I nailed it. I was very confident with my performance and I was actually pretty happy with it, which is kind of rare.
12, 41, and 117, it's your turn.
I felt like my performance was awesome. I felt like my confidence level was through the roof and I was all smiles and hitting sharp, so I was extremely happy with how my first performance went.
Every year, the Laker girls' auditions are open, meaning men can also try out. For the first time in years, one male dancer has made it to the second round.
Although, you know, the team is called Laker Girls, he is a gentleman who has studied dance and thought he would give it a shot. And, you know, I'll give him that. It takes a lot of courage and determination to come out there.
I kept it completely to the level of technique, how he fit in with the rest of the group and how his abilities were in memory of the routine, showmanship, everything else that I look at when I judge.
We really, as judges, had to look at, all right, despite the fact that he's a guy and the rest of them in the room are girls, what are his abilities as a dancer, as a performer, as a technician, as someone who can learn material and maintain material and be able to put it back out on the spot?
Chris is one of the last 10 dancers out of the 148 performing in round 2. And all remain equally hopeful for an invitation to the next round. Though the next round of cuts are upon the dancers, behind closed doors with the judges as they deliberate for the first time in Laker girls tryouts.
I was like, is that full out?
What has them so frustrated?
Why do they keep messing up?
Which ladies or gentlemen will make it to the next round? And who goes home? The second round of the Laker girls tryouts is almost over. Each one of the 148 remaining dancers trying out have performed in front of the judges' table. There are no early guarantees for any of the ladies trying out, especially after performing a dance routine they learned in less than 30 minutes.
Thank you very much, ladies. And again, clap, clap, clap to all of you. Thank you very much. I know that's hard to do since you learned it so quickly. Please take a break, go use the restroom, do whatever you need to do. We actually have to have the votes tallied, and then I'll come back out and let you know who we will need to stay. Okay? Thank you. Nice job, ladies.
The last step of round 2. All the dancers can do now is wait patiently, left to reflect as the judges enter their chambers and begin the first deliberation process behind closed doors.
When they walk through the doors and the door shuts, it's like, that's your fate in there. You don't know if they're gonna come out and they're gonna call your number. You have so many emotions running through your head. It's like, should I call my mom? Should I sit here and actually think about it? Like, am I gonna make the next round? Do they want me on their team? It's so many questions that are running through your head.
Always the wait time is like the worst. Like, you're like, how much longer? Are they talking good stuff about me, bad stuff? I hope I left a good impression.
While we're in the judges' room, I know these girls are thinking, oh gosh, I hope I get to stay. I hope I get to stay. I hope I don't get cut. Because it always goes through your mind. You can have the best audition in the world, but you cannot control what goes on in the judges' room. You start second-guessing yourself.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm totally out. They are not going to want me.
They're probably wondering, did they see my arm not hit the position it was supposed to, or did they see me not look when I was supposed to look? I wonder if they saw me do this, or hopefully it made up when I was smiling more.
Then it took me a second and I reflected. They said at the beginning, all that matters to them is that you recover. And halfway through the routine, I picked up the choreography. So then I was thinking, okay, if I prove to them across the floor that I can do the technique that they want, and I picked up that last half of choreography, hopefully I've showed them that I have the confidence to overcome something like forgetting choreography. I'm literally 50-50.
The combination, why do they keep messing up? There was so many groups.
I feel this first dance combination was hard for some people, which I was a little sad about because it's not a hard dance combination at all. I think some people could have done better.
I just don't think they dance like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like they don't go places where they actually hit shapes in space. It was so frustrating, but there was no musicality either.
These younger ones can do tricks individually for days, but to put it all together with any kind of style or direction change, that's not what they're doing anymore.
Every time the group came out, I was like, come on, like get through the combination. But there was always some mistakes. I was a little, and I know you taught it well because I was watching them. It just, I thought they had enough time to learn it, so that was a little disappointing.
I don't know if I can just chalk it up to nerves or not. It could really throw you off. So we were able to see a lot more of the training involved in that when we do certain moves. So that was kind of interesting. I was surprised by the amount of mess-ups and from returners.
To all girls auditioning for the first time, returners are just as nervous. So we may look like we, have it together. We've done this before and we're relaxed, but no, not at all.
I would say the judges are definitely judging me and all the other veterans a little bit tougher this year just because we've done this already for a year, and we should be better than we were when we first auditioned.
We're just trying not to mess up. We're trying to retain everything, and then as you're doing the routine, just try to do as full out as you can, but no one wants to mess up, especially when you're fighting to keep your spot on the team.
I felt like she marked the whole thing.
Oh,
I kept waiting for her to, I was like, is that full out? Because I know you can do more, so I didn't know if it was nerves or I didn't know.
I kind of very soft.
Like she's always danced that way, though.
But I feel like it's even gotten more so to where she's slipped back a little bit.
Sure, and if you're on a team, shouldn't you be getting
Better.
Beyond the surprise and disappointments for the judges, there are also plenty of bright spots amongst the dancers.
There's some new ones that are kind of exciting to watch the next round because they actually did the combination better than some of the returners.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And so it's kind of exciting to see that.
I agree with you.
It's seriously the worst feeling ever. Just sitting there waiting, knowing that they're talking about you and all the other girls in the room. You just want to know what they're saying, how they feel, what they think about you.
A lot of them, you could tell they get in their head, and the minute they get in their head, it's like it just snowballs.
The second you second guess yourself is the second you forget the choreography. When you knew it.
Of course there are doubts. I definitely think that with anything where you're being judged and you want to put your best foot forward, you're gonna be the most critical you could be of yourself. So I kind of wonder if I did it correctly.
There's girls who have not been on the team who today they look like they were a veteran.
I'm feeling really confident because I knew that I danced my absolute best.
After getting cut in the previous 2 years' auditions, the waiting game for Kelsey is even more tough right now, as she has been through this before.
Round 2 just happened, and it felt really good. Hopefully it was as good as it felt, and now I'm just waiting on the judges. They're tallying up, and so everyone's just trying to stay calm and keep their nerves down.
When they come out and aren't fit the way that they need to be, it does affect their confidence.
Well, and then it's even worse when they get around girls that are looking really good, and it probably puts the reality in that, like, and then the confidence is gone.
Sure. Knowing and auditioning for us before, knowing kind of what the package is, I was a little sad to see that.
I start to question myself. I'm like, okay, did I really do that good? Like, did I really hit everything? Did I do that? Oh, I should have done this. So you kind of have to try to distract yourself. Eat some food. I'd text a friend.
I liked her.
She was great. Oh, yeah. She was sharp.
Sharp energy.
One of our first groups.
Yes. Very sharp.
Got it.
I'm just waiting for the numbers, and I'm number 7. So hopefully that means they start at 1, and then I'll know soon, so I don't have to have my nerves going crazy while they're reading all the way up to 200.
I feel relieved sitting here, but as soon as she comes out and gets that microphone, all my nerves are gonna come back. I know it.
In less than 20 minutes, over 50 of these dancers will go home as round 2 cuts are about to begin.
Listening to Lisa call the numbers is one of the scariest parts of the entire audition.
Who will stay and who will go? Will a Laker guy make it for the first time? And after not making the cut last year, which one of these girls will get cut again? All these questions answered when Laker Girls return. The dancers trying out for the Laker Girls are only minutes away from judgment time. Over 206 girls were already cut in round 1. And as the Laker Girl judges deliberate for the second round, all the ladies and one male can do now is anxiously await their immediate fate. Will they advance to the next round?
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it past round 2, but I am just gonna put my hands together and pray that I will
My body started feeling a little tight, waiting for the judges. I'm getting more nervous as the time goes on, and then all of a sudden the judges start coming out, and it's almost like a sigh of relief. I'm like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay. So, ladies, thank you very, very much. I really, again, appreciate everyone coming out. I would love to see you back next year. You obviously made it this far, so you have that potential, and we would love to see you back, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Okay, here we go with our numbers.
When Lisa comes out to call all the numbers that have made it through that round, as number 30, it's not that far in, so I was already on edge as she started.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Luckily, I was number 7, so I got to, when Lisa announced which numbers were staying, I was one of the first numbers to know, so I didn't have to wait for hundreds and hundreds of numbers to be called.
7, 8.
Listening to Lisa call the numbers is one of the scariest parts of the entire audition. She's sitting there and she calls the numbers in numerical order.
22, 24.
So if your number gets passed, you know that your time's up and you have to leave the gym.
I had a good feeling that I was gonna hear my number because I made it past that point last year and I thought my performance went really well.
38, 39.
So she comes out and I'm sitting with a couple of my friends and we're all really nervous. We started holding hands and waiting for the numbers to call. Both of my friends got their number called and then I didn't.
47, 52, 54.
You're saying it so many times in your head that when she actually said it, I'm like, wait, did I pretend that she said it? Did she not really say it? Did I just say it so many times that I think she said it? And then you're like, do I stay?
In fact, it wasn't in her head. And Kimberly does hear her number called.
37.
As does Valerie, Sujan, Kayla, Carla, Lizzie, Shelby, Zarina, Shannon, and Jennifer.
88. 96.
Among those not hearing their numbers called are Megan and Christopher.
To my surprise, they called my number, and I was so elated. I could not believe that they were going to give me a second chance.
109, 112, 114, 117.
As the roll call continues, all the returning Laker Girl veterans from last year would hear their number called and move on.
139, and 140. Thank you very much.
All told, 87 are invited to move on to the next round. Marisa will move on. Unfortunately, Kelsey, once again, will not.
I really hoped that she would be there with me like for the entire day and all the way to the end. So it just, it made me really sad to see her go.
Round 2 was a lot more challenging than round 1, so I underestimated it and I did not do as well as I could have. So my inability to execute the movement definitely cut me from round 2.
I think her nerves got the best of her, and she said she really was bringing it and felt like at the end she kind of messed up.
On to the third round.
87 dancers remain, but another challenging routine awaits in round 3.
She really didn't have the excitement, the energy, and I knew at that point she was one of those people who would potentially be a no or a maybe.
The dancers now must personally face each judge in round 4.
Good afternoon, my name is Jordan.
And with only 22 spots on the roster, tough decisions will be made. And in a shocking decision, one of these Laker Girl veterans will not make it past round 3 and will not return to the team.
Sometimes they don't quite realize that we're paying attention to them every single moment.
Who will rise to the challenge? Who will surprise?
I think I want to change my vote.
Who will be a finalist for the Laker Girls? Previously on Laker Girls, 346 dancers showed up for auditions, and in 2 relentless rounds, 259 are sent packing.
I really hope that she would be there with me like for the entire day and all the way to the end.
Struggles mount for the veterans and newcomers to learn new routines.
It was so frustrating, but there was no musicality.
Why do they keep messing up?
There's still a long road ahead, and the 87 remaining must put it all on the line to become one of 22 Laker Girls.
There's no time to celebrate making it through round 2.
A tradition over 35 years in the making
Laker Girl
continues on this court by starting anew. The search begins for the next premier dancers to don the purple and gold.
I've always wanted to become a Laker girl. It's been a dream of mine since I was about 6 years old.
Some look to extend their success from seasons past.
We've been on the team already. We have to dance even harder than we've ever danced before.
Your spot's not safe at all.
Some look to rebound from the disappointment of not making the team in seasons past.
I prepared myself for like whatever was going to happen.
Though there is a fine line between the pretenders and the contenders.
That's the worst fear, knowing that I could have done better.
I just have to give it my best, and whatever happens, happens.
And the only guarantee is that every dancer will need to battle their way onto this team, following the footsteps of those legends who have danced here before.
If you're dedicated and you believe in yourself and you know that you have talent to go with it, it's a formula that usually works.
Because out of the hundreds of hopefuls, only a select few will move on. Who will shine in the spotlight? Who will conquer each round? Who will move on? Who will get the call?
I have a position to offer you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Thank you so much.
Who will become one of the world-famous Laker Girls?
Okay, you guys. This is the novelty. Again, you guys just really want to be focusing on strong.
87 dancers remain, and they have all proven they can dance in the first round of competition. But do they have what it takes to perform for a world-class dance team? The first round of business of round 3, another new dance routine led by former Laker girl Shannon Steen, who is in charge of leading the choreography for the entire audition process.
For the third round, that was a little bit of novelty with a little bit of, I don't want to say hip-hop, but just kind of fun, almost swingy type hip-hop. 3, 4, and 5, 6. Just fun, 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 fun. Having a good time, putting their personality stamp on the routine, so to speak.
It was this fun dance from Gatsby. We got to do like Charleston. It was super cute.
Among those still in the running are Marisa, Shannon, Zarina, Alana, Molly, Carla, Shelby, and Lindsay, the veteran who looks to return for her 4th straight year as a Laker girl.
This year, round 3 is a really important part of this competition for me because I'm remembering last year that this was the moment where I was cut after this round.
After last year's disappointment of not making the team, Jordan vowed to devote the next 364 days to improving and returning for another shot.
You guys can just stand in parallel.
The Laker girls have an incredible legacy of being the most precision, uniform-based dance team in the NBA.
Good, make sure there's no softness in your legs.
And that precision and those dynamics and having that hard-hitting, edgy choreography is just something I've always been drawn to and I've always aspired to.
And come back to second position to the front and close the legs.
As a dance teacher in Southern California, she is not only focused on her own improvement, but helping others grow as well.
I try to tell my students that it's okay not to be perfect. I tell them when I don't do well at auditions. Rejection will face you just like a mirror. You have to be willing to look right at it and go for your dreams despite any adversity that you face. As long as you're okay with who you are, I think that you'll get anywhere you want to be in life.
All right, thank you guys. Good job. Awesome job. I love you all.
Back at the audition, Jordan and the rest of the dancers are putting the finishing touches on the round 3 choreography. The further they get in the process, the harder the audition becomes.
5, 6, wrap it, go. 1, 2, front 3, 4, good, back.
It went like this all day, but the nerves just peaked right back up because it was sort of like, okay, first round, super nervous, made it through, awesome. Second round, I did what I did, just have fun. Third round, okay, wait a second, this could be real. I could make it.
Okay, guys, good. Let's try it with music.
I really start to hone in on all those details and dynamics I may have missed in the last round. I stand in the front to make sure I can see the choreography so I don't forget anything.
We definitely learned the novelty routine faster than the first routine, but I made sure that I got the hang of the choreography and I thought I was all good to go, and I was good to go.
Nicolette, Jordan, and the rest of the newcomers have high hopes. But with 2 rounds to go, there are no guarantees.
Just get me to the 4th round.
And for one returning Laker girl, there is only immediate disappointment. A shocking decision by the judges sends one of these veterans home early.
It was disappointing, to say the least. I'm still puzzled.
And has other vets wondering if they are next to go.
Like, is that right? Did that just happen?
There's always that fear that, you know, this might be it.
After a crash course in swing dancing, the 87 remaining dancers are about to kick off round 3. Laker Girls director Lisa Estrada shares a few words of guidance before the next routine.
I'm gonna go ahead and start. Remember, this is a novelty, fun routine. Let's see some personality, and let's just see what you're made of.
I'm really in high gear for the performance. We've seen the technique in the jazz combination, and there is technique in this dance, but more importantly, it's performance. And if you can't perform to a panel of judges, you definitely can't perform to 18,000 fans at Staples Center.
Kimberly and the other judges hold increasingly higher expectations as the rounds progress. And the pressure mounts when you are the first to dance.
You guys are first. Please.
Lisa calls the first group to the floor, and like Shelby in round 2, Valerie will now have to dance straight away, without any time to practice.
As Lisa calls my number in the first group, I have a lot of doubts in my head. I know the routine, but I just feel like I don't, and I feel like I need more time. So I just try to suppress all the nerves, all the crazy thoughts in my head that I don't know the routine, and just do it as well as I can.
Valerie defeats her nerves and nails the routine. All of the dancers are taking advantage of the novelty dance to express their personalities and style.
It's very bouncy and it's just fun. So I tried to just let it show through with my smile, my eyes, showing them that I was having a lot of fun being out there, but yet I can still be clean with the choreography. When I do more like character stuff, my face just lights up because I love to do it. I love to perform. So I felt like I just went out there, smiled big, you know, made sure they saw my smile and just made eye contact.
It was a blast. Probably one of my favorite combinations from today. I love always having like a story to tell, being a different character while dancing. So I had a really great time performing that piece.
love performing. It's something that I've grown up doing my whole life, so I think it's almost easier when we have those dances where we have to show our big personalities because I just have fun. It's almost like acting. You get to project to the judges and show what you're made of.
Savannah, who is trying out for her second time, is on deck. Last year, the then 18-year-old made it all the way to the 4th round before being cut, and has spent her time since then following a unique career path.
Over the past year, I got a job at a butcher shop, and I worked there pretty much full time. A day at the meat house is interesting. In the morning, I get all bundled up, and I spend about, I'd say an hour maybe in the cooler.
Go ahead and get your bone-in pork chops. I need a dozen, please. I've got fresh trays.
Okay. I hired Savannah last year, and in that year, she has grown to be an amazing cashier, and she's learned how to cut and butch all of the product here at the store.
I never thought I would be a butcher. It's kind of a funny occupation, I guess.
Hey, Kathy, how much grind should we make?
Let's make about 10 pounds today. That's a beautiful rosette.
One thing that we all enjoy about Savannah is the joy that she brings to our store. She's high energy, she's bubbly, she's adorable. Everybody loves her, the customers and the team alike.
Yes! Don't drop.
I want her to succeed because if she succeeds, that makes her a better woman, and this is only the beginning.
I'm gonna cry. It's definitely been a lot of hard work coming up to this point. I have been trying to keep up on my training as well as, working full time. It's a challenge, but I really want a dance career, and I would love nothing more than to be a Laker girl.
We're all very excited for her. We all support her, and we got our fingers crossed because I feel this year is going to be the year.
It was this fun dance from Gatsby. We got to do Charleston. It was smiley and cute and just a lot of fun. It was really a blast doing that dance.
Savannah's skills proved to be as sharp as her steel, and the remaining dancers are taking notice.
As I look to my right and I look to my left, I see that these girls are not struggling this round. We are at about 87-ish girls, and no one is faltering on anything. And this is really when I'm feeling the pressure. These girls are the best of the day, and I need to make sure I stand out and I hit this choreography more than any other round.
With so many dancers fighting to leave the judges in awe, others are fighting against the pressure of falling behind.
Halfway through it, I forget a move, and you don't freeze, but you definitely try and catch back on to the next step, and your body has this natural instinct that if you just take a second to not think, you catch right back on and you continue to smile.
I completely blanked, and I ended up kicking completely off count when other girls were down. Then I went down when other girls were kicking. It was a catastrophe. At that point, I just told myself that you really have to pull it together. This is the last chance you have. I gave it everything. I don't think I've ever danced so hard in my entire life. I put it all on the floor, and I was really just hoping that that would be enough.
Everyone has those tiny mess-ups. It's not out of this world that someone messes up in the audition. That happens all the time. But when it's yourself, you're thinking, oh my God, I just blew it. I just completely blew it. That was the worst mess up. But I know that for her in the audition, that was probably the scariest thing that could have happened.
As Laker Girls continues, one fear turns into another astonishing reality, as returning Laker Girls are far from immune.
Being a veteran means nothing.
She didn't have the excitement, the energy. She was one of those people who would potentially be a no.
Of the 87 dancers who made it to the third round, half have done their best to impress the judges. For those remaining, the most difficult part many times is the watching and waiting.
It's very intimidating to watch the other groups go as you're waiting for your number to be called. And I honestly think that in the past years, I let that get to my head way too much.
With the novelty routine, what really sticks out to me is, aside from their technique, is the look in their face like they're having fun.
My group goes out, and now I'm just having to go out there, give it my all, and make sure I hit what I need to hit and just do it as best as I can. All of a sudden it ends and I hit my pose. And then everything just starts going through my head. I could have hit that harder. I could have been more sassy. I could have straightened my arms sharper.
I think the judges were looking for a dancer who is clean and sharp and strong, but also a performer, because ultimately at Staples Center, the fans want to see a great performance.
I'm smiling, I'm trying to do my best turns and highest kicks, but really just show personality, make eye contact. I think my dance, for the most part, went pretty well.
As the round continues, the dancers look to avoid letting the smallest mistake derail their entire routine. Even veterans are not immune to the pressure.
As I'm dancing, I realized that my arm was supposed to be down, but then I had put it on my hip for this one move in the beginning of the novelty piece.
When veterans mess up, it scares, I'm sure, them. It scares me because I watch it, but again, I can't save anyone.
I'm very nervous that the judges may have seen it, but I'm just hoping that it wasn't bad enough that it would affect my chances of moving forward.
As round 3 continues, so do the missteps. One dancer in particular seems to be especially off her game.
I noticed at that point that she really didn't have the excitement, the energy, and I knew at that point she was one of those people who would potentially be a no or a maybe.
The judges all notice the same veteran dancer who is not up to par. But they will not be able to reveal their thoughts until they deliberate back in the judges' room.
It looked like she was marking it. She wasn't sharp, she wasn't full force. Her face was just kind of going through the motions to me.
Ladies, thank you so much. Clap for yourselves. You all did a very fine job. Same thing's going to happen here. We're going to need to tally up the votes and all that jazz, and then so relax for a minute, and then we'll come back. Thank you.
Waiting for the deliberations on the third round is definitely more nerve-wracking. I'm just hoping and praying that all the veterans make it through, that I make it through.
And to know her potential and see what happened today, it's unfortunate.
I felt 10 times better about this round than I did about the past round, so hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully I'll hear my number get called.
As they go into the room to deliberate, I'm thinking to myself, if I don't make this round, I didn't work hard enough. I didn't train hard enough. I'm not all that I should be to do this.
If you're looking at someone and you don't even think that they're a returner, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I think someone that just came off of a whole season of dancing should have had more flair, should have had more bite, should have performed better.
While the judges continue their discussions, outside, no one feels safe. Still to come on Laker Girls, the end comes much too quickly in shocking fashion for one veteran Laker girl.
Like, is that right? Did that just happen?
While 49 dancers are invited to move on to round 4 and step in front of the mic to the judges.
Good afternoon. My name is Jordan.
Day 1 of Laker Girl tryouts is one step closer to its conclusion. Out of 346 hopefuls, 259 have already been sent home. And there are still some immediate cuts to be made. The judges have just finished a lengthy round 3 deliberation. And now Laker Girls director Lisa Estrada will once again announce who will survive.
Ladies, I apologize for the long wait. I appreciate your patience. Now let's move into the next cut.
The process is simple. Lisa announces the dancers' numbers in numerical order. If she calls your number, you advance to the next round. If she doesn't, you are out.
When the judges walk out and they're gonna announce round 3 and who made it to round 4, I almost can't breathe. I don't really know what to do or how to feel.
If your number is called, please stay here and then we'll chat afterwards. Here we go. Number 1, 5.
As Lisa's getting closer to my number, it's the same type of feeling, like you don't know whether she's gonna call it, you're just hoping. I'm repeating my number in my head, hoping that she's gonna say it.
6, 7.
Okay, it's coming up, and every number you cringe until you hear your number.
8.
This weight is lifted off your shoulder and you feel like you can just breathe.
Valerie and Sujon's numbers were called along with many others. First-time auditioners Alana, Zarina, Kimberly, and Olivia will also be moving on to round 4. Along with joy comes pain for some dancers as their journey stops here.
When they skipped my number, I was just sad. I'm obviously a little disappointed. I felt good about what I did. I'm not sure exactly what I should have done better. I'll work harder next year and hopefully get my dream.
And Nicolette can't help but think that her missteps may have sealed her fate.
After messing up, I definitely gave it everything I had. I knew I had laid it all on the line and I really had nothing left that I could have done. So at this point, I'm thinking there's a chance that she might not call my number.
30, 33.
Once Lisa did say my number, I felt a huge amount of relief, but then 2 seconds later, I had to snap back into it and just really prepare for the next round and forget about the past.
39, 41.
As soon as she hits 40s, I'm already clenching my fist. I'm already getting so nervous because she starts skipping numbers. So it's 40, 47. So you're like, oh my goodness, it's coming.
57, 61.
Lord, if you could just get me to the 4th round. Just get me to the 4th round.
67.
At that point, I let go of the stress and I let go of trying to get through round to round and started enjoying the experience because I knew that if I didn't make the team, I was really proud that I had made it that far.
68, 72.
My heart was just pounding, waiting to hear 78, 78.
78, 80.
Hearing your number getting called, that's an amazing feeling.
106, 109.
So my number's called and I am relieved. I can't even believe it. I am on cloud 9. I feel like I did everything that I could to prove to them that I can remember choreography, be a technical dancer, and everything had just come into fruition.
After getting through most of the numbers, Lisa is now getting to the veterans, who have a long-time tradition of always sitting together, hands in lock, heads down, as they hope to move on.
We're here holding hands in a circle with our heads down, just praying that our numbers get called. Nothing's going through your mind except this moment right now. It's so intense because you want this job and this life that bad.
The returning Laker girls try to keep the mood light. All the veterans' numbers are in the 130s, starting with 3-year Laker girl veteran Lindsay, who is number 133.
114, 128, 134.
I immediately thought, oh my gosh, they forgot Lindsay's number, and I was waiting for them to announce it at the end.
Then we look up and I saw the look on her face and I realized that her number didn't get called. And so we look around, I'm like, is that right? Did that just happen?
When Lisa skipped over number 133 and went straight to 134, we all kind of looked around and realized that one of our Laker Girl veterans got cut.
I think this year, she, in my opinion, she wasn't as sharp as what she has been in previous years. Her dancing was a little soft.
She didn't have the excitement, the energy, the strength that she needed to make it to the next round, and it's just hard to watch.
It's just really sad. It's just one of those things that you can't fix, and there's nothing that you can do at that time to make it better.
You go into the auditions knowing that you might not make it, but just to see it happen is really crazy.
This is the Laker Girls. There are 22 coveted spots, and if you're not willing to fight for it, if you're not willing to do 110%, there's always going to be a girl right behind you in line waiting for that opportunity to open up. And in this case, the opportunity opened, and many girls took advantage of it.
It's never easy for me. I've gotten to know them as an employee and as a person and as an individual. So, of course it's hard. It's definitely not easy. But again, they all know that this is the roll of the dice. I'm certainly not going to keep someone just because I worked with them a year, or else I would just keep everyone who was on the team before and not have the veterans re-audition. So it's a catch-22. I'm sorry to see them leave, but they, as I said, roll the dice.
As a veteran, you tell yourself before the audition, anything can happen. Nothing is set in stone. Being a veteran means nothing. The only thing that a veteran gets is to bypass the first round, and that is it.
With this round of cuts, Lindsay is one of 38 dancers sent home. There are now 49 dancers left to enter round 4.
Pretty bummed, but that's okay. It was my first time, so now I can work on stuff and come back next year.
You know, no big deal. I'll come back next year, and now I know this is my first year, so I could, you know, maybe have more experience behind my belt and just do a better job.
I went in there and I left my heart on the floor. I still know that Lisa and everybody who was there, they're gonna pick a great team, and I know that they got everyone that should be there.
First-time auditioning dancer Molly looks to find the positives of being cut at this stage of the process.
I didn't make this cut, so my dad is a little disappointed, but I did the best I could, so I really have no regrets. There's nothing to be disappointed about. I've been dancing my whole life. I'm not gonna stop just because of this. I will work on everything, and I'll come back next year even better.
As Laker Girls continues, the dancers step up to the mic for the first time.
Hi, judges. My name's Savannah. I'm Raquel. My name is Kayla.
And the final cuts of round 4.
Come on over, ladies. We are going to move into this next round. The Laker Girls do a lot of appearances.
It is the 4th and final round of the Laker Girl auditions, with 49 dancers remaining. For the first time in the audition process, Laker Girls director Lisa Estrada explains the next part of the competition involves an undertaking that does not involve dancing.
You're gonna come up, introduce yourselves. All I need is your name. I'm from blah, 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 California, and I wanna be a Laker Girl because...
With dancing, it's always been something that I can kind of rely on. I don't think nerves mess me up when it comes to dancing. They haven't so far. I think the talking is what I can sometimes mess up.
And then afterwards, come to center court. You're gonna do a profile, and then walk it back. Start 4 8 counts of your own. I'll give you 10 minutes to come up with 4 8 counts. Nothing too crazy, right? We can all handle that? Awesome, great, thank you. We'll put some music on, okay? Congratulations making it this far.
After working through their own choreography, the auditioning dancers take their places in line and wait for their turn to introduce themselves to the judges.
Remember, come on straight up as close as you can get. Okay, number one, come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Kristen. I'm from San Diego.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia.
Hello, my name's Alana and I'm from Whittier, California.
I love it when girls come up and, you know, when they ask the question why you want to be a Laker girl, that they have a unique story.
Being a Laker girl would be a dream of mine. It's always been a dream of mine since I was a little girl and I went to my first Laker game. Once the girls came out, I told my mom, I was like, they're beautiful and they're such good dancers. I was like, I want to be one day. I kind of had an idea of what I was gonna say. I had practiced it before, but of course, when I walked up there, I got really nervous and I just started talking. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Blake. I'm from Yorba Linda, California.
I think in my dancing, it's easier to portray that I'm confident because I've been dancing all my life. But to have them get to know you and interact, it's just like, are they gonna like me? Am I gonna be this? Am I gonna be that?
So my name is Stephanie, number 24.
My name is Shelby. When I walked up to that judges table in this 4th round, I really wanted to show them Shelby, who I am inside.
My name is Cedron, and I currently live in San Clemente, California, but I'm originally from Anchorage, Alaska.
I want to be a Laker girl for a million reasons, but I will keep it concise.
Can't have a million. Thank you.
Everyone, not just the dancer in the spotlight, is being judged.
We're also taking a look at the girls that are standing behind in the line and what they're doing at this point. You know, if there's a girl that is standing there waiting for her turn and she's yawning or she's rolling her eyes or now all of a sudden she's dropped her posture instead of standing up nice and straight, these are things that we look at.
Waiting in line to have my one-on-one time in front of the judges is really scary. You're trying to think in your head, what should I say? Do I speak from the heart?
Being a Laker girl has always been a dream of mine since I was a little girl.
For me, this was a good opportunity, and the thing that I wanted was to leave my heart with them.
You can look back in my high school yearbook and they asked me what I wanted to do when I grow up, and it says I want to be a Laker girl. I'll bring it, I promise you. I promise you I have it.
My name is Caitlin, and I'm from Huntington Beach, California.
Being on a team is definitely my favorite part of dance.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicolette.
When she approached the judges table and said that she really appreciated the cleanliness of the Laker girls.
The tradition, talent, and cleanliness of the Laker girls.
You mean cleanliness?
It was very funny because I knew what she meant, but it just came off as kind of being a funny statement.
Hi judges, my name is Carla. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but I now live in Long Beach, California.
I do think what I said to Lisa and the judges was impactful.
I love sports, I love to dance, so I love the opportunity. I know the girls are role models and they inspire people, so I would just love to have the opportunity to once again be a Laker girl.
As I approach the judges, I'm hoping that they're going to receive my message well. I know that teaching and being a role model is really important to me, but I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to make that important to them?
Good afternoon, my name is Jordan. I'm from Yorba Linda, California. Thank you so much for having me. I would like to be a Laker girl for a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons is because as a dance teacher, I see in our younger generations that the want for precision and dynamic dance is dying. And I want to be a part of the legacy that teaches kids that precision exists.
Hello everyone, my name is Lizzie.
I would love to be a Laker girl for a second season.
After being a Laker girl this past season, I experienced some amazing opportunities.
It would be an honor to be part of the team for a second year.
Hi judges, my name is Savannah. I would love to be a Laker girl because the organization is something that anybody would be extremely proud to be a part of.
Hi judges, I'm Raquel.
Hi, my name is Clacy.
My name is Kayla. My name is Allie. Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm from Ramona, California, which is just a small little town in San Diego. I know I didn't really have any stutters or anything. All through high school and college, I feel like just being able to do what I love, whether they were impressed by me enough, it was just all in their hands. Representing the Lakers would be seriously a dream come true. So, yeah.
Thank you.
With the anxiety of the personal introductions behind them, Each dancer savors the chance for one last opportunity to leave a lasting impression on the judges.
I don't know if it was a song playing, like obviously as dancers we can connect a lot to the music emotionally, but just when I started, I just felt it and it felt right.
Everyone has a different dance style, so it's just they get to see, okay, is she, has she had a salsa background or is she more hip hop? So this is the time when they can really see what you can do on a personal level.
That is the most important moment for you to show them who you really are.
I think my style of dancing is very sassy and over the top and just very sharp, and I just like to have fun and show the judges my personality.
We're doing 4 8 counts of our own choreography, and it's to really show the judges your skills, if you have any.
Next on Laker Girls, the final 12 dancers of the day get cut, and the ones who think they have a guaranteed pass might have to think again.
It was hard. I think we're all cramping up from dancing all day.
Day 1 of Laker Girls auditions are coming to a close. In the 4th and final round, all remaining auditioning dancers have just finished their introductions, revealing their personal character for the first time in this lengthy tryout process, giving the judges the last bits of information they need to make the final cuts of the day.
I think the judges are looking at any minute thing that doesn't sit well with them or sets them apart from the others. It could even come down to, at this point, she just didn't speak very well and didn't feel confident even, again, introducing herself. So maybe next year she might be ready.
I was a little shaky talking to the judges, but all in all, for my first time, I think it went pretty well.
You can tell the difference between the ones that maybe are really, really young and need a little more time.
The ones who say and
yes,
like
and need a little more time.
Yeah.
I had a little pause, I didn't say or anything though, so I was happy about that. I kind of just collected myself and then continued.
I appreciate that something happens and they become themselves rather than a script.
This is the part where I got cut last year, so I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, she was toned down this year.
Yeah.
I feel like last year she was a little more forceful.
It's nice to see her back and actually make it this far again.
It was hard. I think we're all cramping up from dancing all day, but you just try to keep smiling and clap along and have fun.
As we're going through the line, I'm noticing the girls at the beginning, they're losing their energy and they're not clapping, and one girl was just standing there so ready to be done with the audition, and I thought, I think I want to change my vote.
And granted, it's been a long day, but they can suck it up for a few more minutes. Yeah.
Suck it up.
We're looking for team players, and sometimes they don't quite realize that we're paying attention to them every single moment that they're out in front of us.
Thank you very much for all this. I really appreciate it.
Yay, good day!
Woo!
The last task of the day for Lisa: announce the final numbers to the dancers. The anxiety and anticipation of the 4th round cuts is impalpable.
As soon as you heard the doorknob and Lisa came out, we all just looked at her and everyone just got super tense in the room.
Thank you again, everyone. I'll say it again. Right now, we're just gonna get right into it.
My heart is probably beating 3 times faster than it should have been. I'm thinking about last year and how it wasn't quite enough for them. I'm hoping that they think I'm ready this year.
These numbers, please stay. Number 1, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I am a finalist, and I'm seriously just feeling like I'm on cloud 9 and someone needs to pinch me.
9, 10, 18, 24, 30, 33, 34, 36, 37.
This has been the most challenging thing ever, so to think that you keep going, it's just awesome.
39, 41, 42, 52, 57, 61, 67.
She calls my number, and
it was that moment that I knew, like, be proud of yourself. Be extremely proud of yourself that you showed up. You were scared and you were intimidated, but you did it. You made it through. And you deserve to be in finals. You deserve this.
72, 78, 80, 87, 98, 102, 106, 109.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going further into this audition process. I'm so excited.
128, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, and 140.
Those who have made it and conquered day one celebrate moving on to the finals. Savannah, Marisa, Zarina, Alana, Shelby, and Carla are all still alive. Sadly, there are 12 who are not. And their Laker Girl dreams will have to wait till next year.
It's tough for anyone who doesn't make it to the finals at this particular point. You're at that, finish line, you're almost crossing it, and then you trip. And that's a bummer.
Well, we got cut right before the finals, but we made it really far, so I'm proud of myself.
I'm a little disappointed. I got cut just from the interview process. It was hard to know that I made it through the dance, but I had to work on my speaking skills.
As those cut head home, the finalists need to sit in on one more announcement from Lisa.
Congratulations again, have made it to the end. When we're all together in the center of the court, I bring them in, chat with them about the responsibility of a Laker girl, what the time commitment is. It is a part-time position. However, you do so much more. You do community events, charitable functions, outside paid appearances. You represent the Lakers at not only the Lakers games, but also the Defenders games. Give them some documents to fill out, information sheet, as well as an application. This is a job, so we will hold job interviews with you all. Now, all of these finalists I will get to meet, get to learn about them. It's definitely a telling sign to see who would be a good fit or not. All right, thanks so much for a fun day, everyone. Thank you, congratulations.
It has been a long and grueling day of 4 total rounds that started over 10 hours ago. 346 hopefuls have now been cut down to only 37.
It feels like a dream. It doesn't feel real at all.
The remaining take a brief moment to celebrate before needing to return to their one-on-one interviews with Lisa.
Very long day, really relief now, and now I just gotta get ready for my interview. Oh, I'm ready. I'm more pumped now than ever. So excited. Woo woo! Congratulations, baby girl.
This has been a dream come true, and now I have my interviews in the final round, and we'll see what happens.
On the next episode of Laker Girls, the finals are here.
This is about how you portray yourself as a Laker girl.
Lisa will conduct one of the most important interviews of their lives off the dance floor.
Hello. Yes, Alana. It's nice to see you again. Yes,
nice
Alana.
to meet you.
With 37 finalists battling for 22 spots, absolute perfection is required.
I don't know if it's quite there yet.
And their fate depends on one final phone call.
I have a position to offer you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Which one of these girls will be one step closer to becoming one of the world famous Laker Girls? Previously on Laker Girls, 346 dancers showed up for open call auditions with dreams of becoming a Laker girl.
I expected a lot of girls actually being here and being surrounded by them. It's a little intimidating.
After 2 rounds of intense tryouts, the 3rd round would give way to a shock.
I was like, is that full out?
She wasn't as sharp as what she has been.
After veteran Laker girl Lindsay was cut in the 3rd round,
I'm like, is that right? Did that just happen?
the remaining newcomers and veterans alike would take to heart the fragile nature of the entire process. And now, with only 37 dancers remaining, the stakes are at an all-time high. A tradition over 35 years in the making continues on this court by starting anew. The search begins for the next premier dancers to don the purple and gold.
I've always wanted to become a Laker girl. It's been a dream of mine since I was about 6 years old.
Some look to extend their success from seasons past.
We've been on the team already. We have to dance even harder than we've ever danced before.
Your spot's not safe at all.
Some look to rebound from the disappointment of not making the team in seasons past.
I prepared myself for whatever was going to happen.
Though there is a fine line between the pretenders and the contenders.
That's the worst fear, knowing that I could have done better.
I just have to give it my best, and whatever happens, happens.
And the only guarantee is that every dancer will need to battle their way onto this team, following the footsteps of those legends who have danced here before.
If you're dedicated and you believe in yourself and you know that you have talent to go with it, it's a formula that usually works.
Because out of the hundreds of hopefuls, only a select few will move on. Who will shine in the spotlight? Who will conquer each round? Who will move on? Who will get the call?
I have a position to offer you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Thank you so much.
Who will become one of the world-famous Laker girls? The process of becoming a Laker girl takes a total of 3 days in the middle of summer in Los Angeles. It all started with open tryouts at the Lakers practice facility, where 4 rounds of cuts were made in 10 grueling hours. Anyone 18 or over showed up at 7 in the morning to try out. In round 1, 346 dancers quickly got whittled down to 140 in the second round. And then 87 remained for the third round. 49 for the fourth round. By the end of the day, only 37 remained to make it to the finals and be invited to callbacks. It is now Thursday, July 17th. Laker girl callbacks have arrived. Call time is 5 p.m. And Nicolette and the other remaining 37 dancers spend the day prepping their minds, bodies, and faces for one last chance to perform in front of the judges before the field is cut to the final 22.
It's actually crazy thinking how there's going to be way less girls there today. It was really intimidating seeing all the girls the other day, but now there's going to be so many less of us, and 15 girls aren't going to make it, which is going to be really hard and a really big deal. I really hope I'm not one of those 15, but you never know, and I guess it's up to me to do my best.
The remaining 37 dancers consist of 30 newcomers hoping for a spot, along with 7 veterans, including Nicolette's friend from UCLA, Lizzie.
Lizzie and I are both really excited that we're both going to callbacks today. It's actually a dream come true. We weren't sure if it was going to be possible, but if we both make the team, it'll be just like before, and we'll be right back at it.
Another dancer hoping to make the team for the first time is Orange County native, Olivia. The 19-year-old has been dancing for most of her life and knows how important it is to look the part.
I'm just doing my makeup. Basically, when Lisa kind of talked to us, she
which is like, how do you want me to see you as a Laker girl? I'm so nervous. Like, I didn't expect to make it this far at all. And to be so close, you know, when you have a lot to win, you also have a lot to lose. Just feel like I'm so nervous and I'm so excited, and I just want to get there and do it and just do what I do on stage.
Unfortunately, the simple task of just getting there has become a bit of an obstacle for Olivia. When she got in her car this morning, she discovered that the clutch had burned out, and she's stuck.
I live in Orange County, and to try to get my friends on a Thursday where people work, we have other plans, you know, to try to get through LA traffic, just to take me for my goal. That's so much to ask of someone.
Yeah.
Hey, I have the LA Laker Girl callbacks today in LA. Can you please take me?
I can't. I'm sorry. There's no way. I'm so far away right now. I'm 2 hours away from you.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
Bye.
While Olivia continues to arrange her transportation, four-time hopeful Sujan is marking her calendar for decision day, hoping that everything will align for a great performance at callbacks tonight.
In the past, there could have been a number of things that were factors that led up to me not being able to make the team, whether it be my look or my dance ability or my physique, or just it wasn't the right time for me at the moment. I do believe the stars have to align, and hopefully the time for Laker Girls is now.
After several calls to friends and family and a very expensive potential cab ride, Olivia is down to one last possible friend who may be able to give her a ride up to the Lakers practice facility for the callbacks.
Hey. Okay, so I have a huge favor. I checked with a taxi cab. It's like $180. I cannot afford it, and I called my brother. He can't do it. He's at work. Is there any way that you could get me to my callbacks today?
Yeah, no problem.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Timing is everything today. These are the most important callbacks of my life.
As Laker Girls continues, the finalists start to arrive at the Lakers practice facility,
So we're here today at the callback. I'm so excited to be here.
only to discover growing tension between the newcomers and the veterans.
We showed up today for callbacks and we are one short, which is never a good feeling.
And the dancers are interviewed in the Lakers front offices that will separate the pretenders from the contenders.
Hello. Yes, Alana. It's nice to see you again. Yes,
Nice
Alana.
to meet you. Have a seat.
All leading up to one of the most important phone calls of their lives. Who will make the cut and who will go home? The callbacks to Laker Girls tryouts are just under 2 hours away. Olivia's car is broken down, and she anxiously awaits for her ride in Orange County. Meanwhile, Nicolette is en route.
Competition has dwindled down to the last 37 girls, the best of the best. And I haven't really gotten a chance to watch all of them yet, so I'm kind of excited for that part. It's also a little stressful because everyone will be so good and on their A game. But at the same time, it's my time to also shine. It's my time to show the judges what I have to bring to the table, and I'm hoping that they'll like it.
Over half of the 37 finalists have arrived at the Lakers practice facility.
So we're here today at the callback. I'm so excited to be here because there are a lot of slots open for the Laker Girls. So I'm hoping that I'm one of them, and I'm here to show everyone who I am and have a great time. Yeah, okay. 6, 7. Today we are going to do a repeat of our 2 routines that we learned over the weekend, and potentially do our solos and potentially be re-interviewed. So I think there's a lot of components left to today. So I see girls already gathering, so it's really exciting. Left, right.
It is now under 1 hour until callbacks begin. Nicolette has arrived.
I I sat in a lot of traffic on the way here, which was a little stressful, but good thing I left early. I had some good music to listen to that was fun and upbeat. I danced a little bit and just really got in the mood, and I'm really excited and ready to go.
As Nicolette joins the group out in the parking lot, Olivia finally has got her ride from a good friend, hoping she won't be late.
I know I don't do my best when I get super nervous, and today I just plan to try to go out there and have as much fun as possible and enjoy the moment and be in that moment.
There is now less than 30 minutes before callbacks begin. As the dancers gather outside, it is obvious that there is one returning Laker girl missing.
We showed up today for callbacks and we are one short, which is never a good feeling, and we miss Lindsay and we wish she was here with us, but we know that she's got great things ahead of her and planned, and you know, we'll be here today. And she told us last time we saw her to go out there, have fun and dance and do what we love, so we're gonna try our best to do that today.
Here at the callbacks, it's usually group dancing. She'll pair us and put us into small groups and see who dances and who compliments who. And I definitely think that if you're on the team a year, you kind of have a little bit of an advantage because we know how the style is, we know how everything's supposed to go, it's very uniformed, we all need to be the same.
I'm feeling a little stressed because I was at this exact same point last year, and I need to do better than I did last year if I want to make this team.
We're outside waiting, and you know, we take that time to just go over the routines and be comfortable with each other and my teammates and, you know, other people that are auditioning, the finalists. And I noticed that we're a little bit separated, and the veterans are all on one side, and on the other side of us, we're the finalists. I don't think they're scared of us or intimidated, but we're just as scared as they are because a rookie can take my spot. The spot's not always reserved for you just because you've been on the team before.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking because we were all doing just our own thing on the side, making sure that we were prepared and ready. And all the vets were over there running through the dances together. And they just looked so perfect. I watched how they were dancing so that I could try and make my dancing look like them. But at the same time, it was making me a little bit nervous.
Finally, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Go time. The dancers make their way to the gym to impress the judges. And then, finally.
There's a lot riding on this for me, and to make it this far, I definitely want that happy ending. Thank you.
You're gonna kill it.
Thank you. And if I don't make it, I have 365 days to make it next year.
As Laker Girls continues, the dancers get down to business off the court, which could make it or break it for one.
I'm a little bit nervous. I definitely think I got cut last year due to my talking skills, so I want to present myself in the most mature way possible this year.
And in order to earn a spot on the team, they have to act like they already are on the team.
This is about now how you portray yourself as a Laker girl if you were to make the team, right? From here on out.
And one slip-up could cost any of these dancers a phone call with unfortunate news.
Unfortunately, I don't have a position this year for you, though, so I'm very sorry to tell you that.
Callbacks are about to get underway at the Lakers practice facility. Out of 346 hopefuls, 37 finalists have made it through 4 rounds of cuts.
Right now, we are at the final round of the Laker Girl audition. It's the top girls that are left. We're getting stretched and getting ready, and then after that, we'll be performing the dances that we learned at the Saturday audition.
This will be their last chance to show the judges they deserve to be a Laker girl.
It's the last hurrah of the whole audition process until we get our call, so it's all or nothing today.
Today it is all or nothing. But earlier this week, the finalists hung up their dance gear and got down to business to interview with Laker Girls director Lisa Estrada in a formal setting off the court.
Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, you can have a seat.
Thank you.
I'm Samantha. Nice to meet you officially. You can come on back. Thank you.
Yeah, dancing's the easy part.
Hello.
Yes, Alana. It's nice to see you again. Yes,
Nice
Alana.
to meet you. Have a seat. Conducting the job interviews is really fun.
Hello, how are you? Good. How's it going today?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much.
I don't look at it as someone dropping or elevating in making the team.
I'm here for Lisa.
Yes, my name is Stephanie. Please come on back. Okay. Did you have fun on Saturday?
Yeah, it was really fun.
I actually just assess the personalities and what it is that they can offer when it comes to that part of the job.
Just to be out of it for a year and then come back to it.
Right.
It was a good like brain challenge too. For the first one, I really had to like dig in.
Hi there.
It's not a make or break with the job interview, but it is definitely a heavy vote.
I'm a little bit nervous. I definitely think I got cut last year due to my talking skills, so I want to present myself in the most mature way possible this year.
You can sit over on that side.
Outside appearances and being a brand ambassador, it's probably 50-50, but it seems like it's 70% of the job.
Hi. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you again. Nice to see you too. Yeah, have a seat.
The judges were the ones who got me to this point, but from here on out, it's what Lisa thinks.
I've been attending the Laker Girl workshop since I was 16. She remembered that and she's like, "You're finally here."
I wasn't as nervous as I thought.
I think the interview will help my chances. Hopefully she sees the person who I am outside of the dance world.
It is a picturesque summer day in Orange County, a beautiful setting for Zarina's second home.
I've been dancing here at Orange County Performing Arts Academy for almost 16 years, which is almost my whole life. This is me in 8th grade. This is me, I think, freshman year. And then this was 2 years ago, my sophomore year in high school. I've done jazz, ballet, hip hop, tap. I've done it all.
You ready? Let's get working.
Oh. I met Zarina 2 years ago when I started teaching here, and there was just something about Zarina right away that told me she would be an awesome Laker girl. So run, back stay, step, way out, because you're gonna want to do this leg.
Just recently, I learned that Amy was a Laker girl, and it's inspired me to try out.
I tried out when I was 18, and I made the team, and I did it for 4 years, and it's something that I truly just look back on as such a special time in my life.
Amy has told me how much fun it is to be a Laker girl, especially because the team is like a family, and how much fun it is cheering for an amazing team.
6, 7, run, turn, and step, lay out. There you go. The way she dances, she's clean, she dances tall. She's super sweet and personable, and I could really see her getting out in the community and, meeting the fans every day and just representing the team.
Amy has taken me through each step of the tryout process. She's told me what to wear, how to do my hair, what to say to the judges, how to do the interview process, and everything I would need to know to get through the tryout phase.
Oh my gosh, if she comes back and tells me she makes the team, I am just gonna be overcome with joy. I'm telling you, I can see her out on that court, and so when she makes the team, I can't wait to see her out there in that purple and gold and just rocking it out. Nice, I like that one. That was good, that was good.
I really hope I could live up to the potential that Amy sees in me and become a Laker girl.
Back at the Lakers' practice facility, the dancers are all smiles as they pose for a quick group photo. before prepping for their last day of auditions. This is it, make or break. And the vibe in the gym is quite different than at open calls.
There's a lot of pressure on everyone in the entire gym, not just the veterans now. Now we're all on the same level and we're all competing against each other and we're down to business and definitely getting ready for a long day ahead of us.
It definitely did hit me that I've made it this far and that out of all those girls, I'm still standing.
After unexpectedly losing one of their own in round 3, the stakes are higher than ever for the returning Laker girls. And one vet can't help but look around and size up her competition.
I'm definitely checking out who made it to finals, who can potentially make this team, and also who can potentially take my spot. So it's just kind of like, all right, this is it. I know what to do. I've done this for a year with the Lakers. Let's take it up a notch. I'm here to fight for that spot back.
When Laker Girls returns, the final dance routines are just moments away.
Now we're down to our finalists. They're the best of the best, and we're looking.
I had this feeling that it went well, but I couldn't be sure.
And after the dancers hit the floor, they anxiously await their telephones with the call that will decide their Laker Girl destiny.
Hello?
37 dancers, with hopes of making the Laker Girls squad, are moments away from the final test in the process, callbacks. The night is structured and compact. The ladies will perform in groups chosen by Lisa, each of the 2 routines they learned at the open call. In addition, each dancer will be called upon to reintroduce themselves to the judges. But first, it's time to go over the routines with a former Laker girl, Jessica.
Hey, you guys, Jessica is going to review the combination with you real quick, and then we'll move into doing it with music. Okay? Thank you.
We started going through the routine, so we did that quickly.
Lisa likes callbacks to be fun. She wants the girls to be able to come in tonight and just perform and really give one last fight for a position on this team.
Jessica, break or slice? What are you doing?
But obviously there's still a lot of stress, and obviously the girls know what they need to do. They know what's at hand.
Okay, so I keep seeing people slicing it right now, so fix that.
There were parts that they cleaned right before we did it. She said, I want to see your hands here, or I want to see them in a certain place. And that made me nervous just because it had kind of become muscle memory to do the dances the way I had been doing them. So to change that 2 minutes before I perform it's nerve-wracking.
One of the most important elements of the Laker Girls team is uniformity, not only with respect to dance precision, but overall look as well.
Lisa had advised me in my interview to wear different bottoms for the callback, so I changed my dance trunks. I was really, really appreciative that she took the time to tell me that because I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how to be the best potential Laker Girl candidate, and it really meant a lot to me that she took the time to tell me what was really in my best interest in order to make the team.
Is there any way we don't wear our hair up? You don't have different briefs with you? Like we
I just have mini tiny shorts, but
no, we asked you to wear briefs, the shorter ones when we discussed it. So if you can roll those down better, that would be great. Yeah. Can I see you guys rotate? Stay where you're at. Can you guys go to the back and then you guys come up? Okay, so any questions for Jessica with combination or anything? Okay, so breathe. It's all right. We're not auditioning you while you're, standing here, right? Well, yeah, we are. So I asked you guys to come how you would like me and the judges to see you as a Laker girl. So hopefully you've done your research in saying that. This is about now how you portray yourself as a Laker girl if you were to make the team, right? From here on out. So I'm just letting you know that's what we'll be looking for, okay? So we'll go in threes to do the combination. Just a reminder, sharp, but have fun. You know the combination, and show us, what you would do on the Lakers court. Give us that showmanship and that presence. Okay? So we'll just go ahead and line up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, from our lowest to our highest, and I'll grab you. Okay, so 1, 5, 6, I think it is.
Lisa puts us together in groups, and she says it's normally people that you dance like. So when it was my turn to go out, I was thankful because she put me next to Yvette.
Going out there and doing the dances was a lot more fun for me at this point because I had a week to get these dances down, and I cleaned it and I felt confident in it, and I was having fun at that point.
You always want to first do your best. You can't control what the person beside you is going to do, so I just know I had to be really sharp and show that since I've had this dance in my mind for 4 days, that I had to really execute it.
The first routine was the most important to me because I knew that I had essentially failed in the first round doing that particular piece because I had forgotten it.
Jordan was another one of those Laker Girl auditioners that I spotted from the get-go. I was blown away. This girl can dance. She has amazing strength and flexibility. Her legs go past her head, and when she kicked and when she turned and when she did all of her dance trickery, I was amazed. She was really, really a strong contender for me.
I was so thrilled that at the completion of the routine, I had completed it and soared through all the difficult things that I had forgotten, and I was relieved that I didn't have any sort of brain malfunctions while dancing.
Let's do 8, 98, and 78.
Dancing with new girls next to me, I definitely get different vibes and energy, but it's nothing but good energy because as dancers, you feed off of the other dancers around you, and it's just awesome to all be a part of that and share our love for dance together with all this excitement.
We go in like random groups of 5 and 6, I think, and we perform for the judges. And it's nice because everyone's just like clapping and like saying good job, like, woo.
I feel like I prepared the best that I could, and I was confident, and I was myself, and I just feel like that this was the best audition I've ever had.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, you guys, why don't you take a break? Yay, thanks. Nicely done. Thank you.
Still ahead on Laker Girls? One final dance combination gives the finalists one more shot to prove themselves before the final decision.
I want it to be known that I want to be here.
Then Lisa and the judges throw the dancers a curveball.
This is not a choreographed dance routine. This is exactly what it would be like if the Lakers call a timeout and the girls just go out to pump up the crowd.
I just think people need to be ready at a drop of a hat because live events, you never know what to expect. So they have to be ready to think on their toes and just act.
Which of these 37 dancers will pass the final test and become a Laker girl? After completing the first of 2 routines, the 37 remaining dancers trying out get a brief moment to relax and retouch before jumping into the second dance, which will be the last dance before the final cut is made.
Okay, ladies, come on out. We'll review Bang Bang, the next combination.
Former Laker girl Jessica will now lead the finalists through a quick practice, previewing the routine before the final dance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You go over and kind of fine tune just the little things like where your arm goes, where you look, where, you know, that accent, that hit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There were parts that they cleaned right before we did it. She said, I want to see your hands here, or I want to see them in a certain place. That made me nervous.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I definitely paid extra attention. I didn't want to mess it up again. I had already given my 1 card that I had for my mistake.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah. Okay, music.
So I'm just gonna do a group of 6s now, just 'cause. It's just gonna be fun.
Lisa will now pair the finalists up in larger groups to perform their last group dance of the audition.
10. At the callbacks, I randomly put everyone together. I just want to see a veteran dance with maybe 5 new girls. There's no rhyme or reason. 29. It's not like I put all the blondes together. I know a lot of people think that. 61. I try to mix it up. Let's see who dances well together. That's what I'm looking for. 136.
Valerie, Hunter, Savannah, Jennifer, and Marisa are all in the first group to dance.
I go up to the middle of the court and I am ready. I've reviewed it so many times. When the music starts, I just go. I'm just trying to do everything that Jessica said as far as the focuses and all the little details.
Going out there and doing the dances was a lot more fun for me at this point. Being a Laker girl that past season definitely helped. Gave me the confidence, gave me the performance tools that I needed, and I just pretended I was in Staples Center and I danced so big. I was having so much fun.
I was nervous in that round. I was super excited to be there, but I definitely had to focus.
I'm just trying to focus on myself and give it 100% and not worry about who's standing next to me, but just doing the best that I can do. I definitely gave it 100% and I tried my best.
The first group has set the bar high. It is up to the remaining 31 finalists to continue to make an impression on the judges.
I think what is making me stand out is I put a little more heart into it and I dance big. I want it to be known that I want to be here.
Now we're down to our finalists. They're the best of the best. And we're looking at all the different elements to see, can I see this girl on the team?
We're looking for better knowledge, more confidence, higher energy, great level of performance, and we are looking to see how they perform with other girls, some veterans, some not, and to see how they gel together and look like a team.
I felt like I did the best that I could. I gave every ounce of energy that I had. I really thought about my movements and what I wanted to convey to the judges. I left it all out there.
I gave it my best. I kept smiling. I made sure that all my little movements were right to par. I did a good job on my technique, having worked so hard, and I didn't mess up, and that's all I wanted.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Nice job with the second combination. Thank you.
Next on Laker Girls, The finalists get a second chance to make a first impression with the judges.
I want to see if they're more comfortable this second time.
Will this help them or hurt them?
Sorry.
And the time has come for Lisa to make the final decision and final phone call to all remaining 37 dancers.
Hi, this is Lisa Estrada with the LA Lakers.
The dance combinations are now all complete. And after speaking with the ladies at interviews in the Lakers front office earlier this week, Laker Girls director Lisa Estrada would like to give the 37 finalists one last chance to speak to the judges before the final cuts are made.
I just want to go back to what I said on Saturday when it comes to that first impression that you can't take back when you meet someone at an appearance, charitable function. I want to see if they're more comfortable in this second time coming up and, you know, a little more confident. Come on up, number one.
Hi, guys. I'm Stephanie. My name is Olivia. My name is Nicolette. My name is Kim. I would love to be a Laker girl because it has been a dream of mine.
Sometimes girls will basically say what they said back on Saturday.
The reason I want to be a Laker girl is I really love performing out on the court. It's been a dream of mine since I was little.
The Laker girls are the epitome of sports entertainment.
If I was given the opportunity to represent the Lakers organization, I'd be so grateful.
It doesn't bother me so much, but I prefer the ones who actually have a little bit of something different to say, because then it seems less rehearsed and more sincere and more from the heart.
I love making people smile, and that one smile from an ambassador of the Lakers or that one hug can make a difference in somebody's life, and that's what I'm all about.
While some finalists are thinking about what they said at open calls, Savannah is thinking about how and what she said last year as an 18-year-old newcomer, hoping not to make the same mistakes again.
Hello, everyone. My name's Savannah. My number is 61. When I got up there and started speaking to them, I was, nervous because speaking is where I've gotten messed up in the past. So I kind of spoke more from my heart, I guess you could say. I'd love to be a Laker girl because the Lakers organization is so incredible with all it does for the community and how well respected it is. I had this feeling that it went well, but I couldn't be sure.
You can really tell the ones that are a little bit younger, maybe auditioning right out of high school, that don't have so much of that experience. They might be great dancers and performers, but they've never had to do any sort of public speaking.
Next up is 18-year-old Zarina, one of the youngest dancers at auditions.
I'm Zarina. I would love to be a Laker girl because I grew up in a household where we are all diehard Laker fans, of course.
Zarina, my heart just broke for her. I think as she was getting up to the table, she probably was thinking too much about saying the perfect thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She had her speech ready to go in her head, and when something went wrong, she didn't know how to just speak from the heart.
Oh my God, I totally blanked. I'm sorry.
I felt bad for her because that's no fun for anyone to forget what you're saying. And so I know I tried to kind of ask her a question. Where are you from again?
Anaheim, California.
Okay.
I would like to be more part of this community, and I don't think there's a better way to do that than dancing and cheering for my favorite team.
And then, of course, it got back on track, but that was probably tough for her. I'm sure she wanted to do better.
Thank you so much. Hopefully when I went blank during the interview, it didn't change the judges' minds about me.
Okay, I know you all been standing. Go grab a drink of water. I'll tell you what we're gonna do next.
Before callbacks are over, Lisa instructs the dancers on one final test of the audition process.
The Laker girls don't just perform and do their choreographed routines out on the court. They also will get out when there's hot timeouts. That means that the girls come out, they are cheering to the crowd, to the 20,000 people who are in attendance. Sound good? Okay, so everyone come on out. We're gonna go into our numbers.
This is not a choreographed dance routine. This is exactly what it would be like if the Lakers call a timeout and the girls just go out to pump up the crowd.
Let's do it. Put it on. I'll just tap one person. They'll go out to do their mood music, and then when it's time and I want someone else to go back out or take her place and rotate, I'll tap another shoulder. I just think people need to be ready at a drop of a hat, because live events, you never know what to expect. So they have to be ready to think on their toes and just act.
Yay! Put your hands together! Woo! All right.
And with that, the Laker Girl auditions have come to a close. Lisa will leave the ladies with a few words before sending them home to await that all-important phone call.
It is going to be a hard decision. You all were a treat to meet, but unfortunately we are going to be cutting down. I have to see after today how the votes tally up, and then I'm going to call you Sunday, whether it's good news or bad news. I don't really think it's bad news. You know, you started out with 346 girls. Kudos in itself right there for all of you guys making it this far. I'm going to say this blanketed right now to everyone. You made it this far. Please come back, because I have had people that have auditioned 4, 5 times and finally make it for whatever reason. The stars sometimes gotta align, okay? Any questions? Then I think that's it. See you later. Thank you ladies, thank you.
My mind's gonna be going 1,000 miles a minute, and we'll have to see what happens. Time to just sort of reflect and think about this entire week. It's been a really, really thrilling week.
I stuttered a bit during the interview.
So
That's
did
the
I.
only thing I messed up on.
I did too, just a little bit.
Now it's just a waiting game.
Yep.
I'm relieved that it's over, yet I'm just nervous for that call.
You know, it's like because I'm just like, please don't let that be it. I don't want to walk out that door and wait another year.
Hello.
Hi, this is Lisa Estrada with the Los Angeles Lakers.
On the next Laker Girls, there are 37 remaining finalists, but only 22 spots on the team. Lisa makes the fateful call to every remaining dancer.
I do have a position to offer you.
Who's in and who's out?
I do not have a position for you this year.
The entire team is revealed as they get one step closer to their debut to open the season at their home arena. On the next episode, meet your team of